Hi everyone. So this video is focusing on the syllabus and our course requirements. If you have not read the syllabus or taken the syllabus quiz, I want you to stop this video and complete that first before continuing to watch this video. First quiz question: when are readings due? It is due on Thursdays. It's due on Thursdays by 11:59 p.m. I want you to complete the readings by Thursday. Take good notes. Now there's no way that I can tell if you have, but I want you to discipline yourself and complete those on a weekly basis. So you know exactly what is going on for the week. You know what's going on in our discussions. You can understand the lectures. The readings are to provide a foundation of exactly what we'll be discussing for the week. You're not expected to fully understand what you are reading, but at least you have a foundation of what we will be discussing. So my lectures, our discussions will provide a bit more clarity as to what you are reading. Now, what I don't want happening is that you are, for the first time, reading the chapters while you're taking the test. You won't have enough time to do that, and I've purposely done that so you're not sitting there reading the material for the first time just for the purposes of passing the exam. Otherwise, it's pointless. And before the midterm, if you do this, you have a lot to catch up on, and it's just bad habits. So just complete it each week, and it's not Saturday. Other things are due Saturday, and readings are required. Again, so you have a general foundation understanding of what we will be discussing. Discussions are due, and let me go back to the readings actually. The readings, again, in the modules, treat that as if it's a checklist. The modules will tell you exactly what you need to read if there's additional reading. So starting with week 2, you have 2 readings, the chapter and an additional document, and so on. Other areas you can find that information is on the syllabus, on our schedule. Chapter 1 due by Thursday, chapter 2 Thursday, and so on, but also in our calendar. You will find that on here. Okay. Now going back to the second question, discussions. These are due by end of the day, Saturday. Thursdays are for readings. Again, not by the midterm because it will be closed by then, just by Saturdays. So you will typically see an A and B. Just make sure you review both of them and complete them. Again, you have till the end of the week to fully think about, elaborate on your responses to my question and each other. What I'm expecting out of the discussions, I want you to respond beyond average answers, beyond basic, mediocre responses. So I will post the rubric of exactly what I am requiring, but I want you to be responsive in your answers. I want you to provide original thoughts, especially those that have not been previously posted, an explanation of what your response, and I want you to follow directions with answering the questions. Well, a lot of the times, one of the basic mistakes is just following instructions and answering the questions thoroughly. And the second part is your response to others should vary beyond the I agree, I disagree. I want you to provide a detailed explanation and original answers in your responses. For your field experience papers, where can you engage with one culture? So your field experience papers. There are 3 parts to it. Instead of one large paper, you will have 3 mini papers that are all related to one culture. So, and that culture will be at CSUN. You will engage with a cult and learn about a culture at CSUN that is completely different than your own. So you have some time to think about, brainstorm, and research on different cultures. What I want you to think about is, think about cultures that maybe you've never engaged with, cultures that you would not necessarily engage with, or cultures that may be in conflict with your current culture. And those would be good cultures to study. And at CSUN, there are over 42,000 students. And within this university, there's so much to engage with. There's so much to learn from and learn about. With this class alone, there's so many different cultures that we belong to. And what you will do is you'll submit 3 separate papers that will build upon each other, but specifically relate to that one culture you will interact with. You will conduct research, and you will also engage with a culture at CSUN. So the answer is at CSUN. If it's any of these, you will lose points for failing to follow simple instructions. So our discussions in communication studies can be very engaging, but also challenging. Just know that most people intend to do and say the right thing, but we lack the knowledge, skills, and abilities to do so. We lack the language, the way of saying things, the way of writing words, to where people will get offended, may get offended, and to where we may not be aware of the types of words we are using can offend others. You have the right to speak for yourself and share what you believe to be true, as long as it's not belittling others whose experience and beliefs may be different from yours. So I want you to listen with an open mind, especially if you disagree. Our goal is not to necessarily persuade, but try your best to understand. Ask for clarification in a respectful manner, and word questions in a way that is meant to provide understanding and not judgment. So don't you think it is wrong to is not the start of a question. It's a judgmental statement. Also, why do people can only speak for themselves as individuals. So instead, why does my friend who belongs to this culture do this? Refrain from saying a person's experiences or beliefs are wrong or incorrect. You can share if something seems right or wrong based on your own life or personal belief system. So we will, we will do our best to communicate in a way where we are trying to say the right thing, but oftentimes that does not happen. So just know that for many, we lack this. For many people, people lack the skills to do so. So again, just listen with an open mind. Ask for clarification, and we will continue to work on and build on these skills. What is true about late work? Your grade drops 1 letter each day. So you cannot make up exams.